Chattle!
Yaddle Chattle! I'm sorry, Nancy.
It's a Star Wars podcast, baby. And we are rocking and rolling. We are bringing lots of electricity here tonight. Oh my God, we tried to start Yaddle Chattle 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. And Jedi Jared informed me of some crybaby on Reddit who's a total dork. And even though Tales from the Satellite gets, out of 100 reviews, it gets 99 glowing, positive, amazing reviews. There was one guy who says, you have to rein Davey Mack in. Dave needs to be reined in. I tried listening to that show, and Dave needs to be reined in. Well, here's what I'm going to say. If you think that Davey Mack needs to be reined in on any show that he does, fuck you! And don't listen or watch any of my fucking shows, you bitch. Why? I am the most naturally electric human being on the face of the planet Earth. This shit ain't fucking done by cocaine, by fucking coffee, caffeine, or anything. This is all natural. People wish that they had this type of fucking electricity. And they wish they had this type of electricity on a lot of other radio shows right now. But they can't. Carl and Dave on the Morning Rat Race has this type of electricity. Tales from the Satellite has this type of electricity. Davey Mack Sports Program has this type of electricity. And Yaddle Chattle has this type of electricity.
You hit the post.
So that's my little rant. Darth David here. Jedi Jared there.
Maybe you shouldn't have been yelling for the last 15, 20 minutes and blew your voice out and saved it for the show, like I said.
No, it's just I've always loved people who go things like, Dave needs to be reined in. We're doing a free-form, retrospective podcast on Davey Mack's Tales from the Satellites, and it honestly has gotten sterling golden reviews. You'd think I'd be more of a normal human being to see, like, if they had the Rotten Tomatoes meter, we'd be at 99%. But the one fucking little critic or the one comment, but that really fucking got under my skin is, oh, he needs to be reined in. Reined in? You mean what? I need to be less energetic? I need to be a dullard? Doesn't fucking podcasting and radio have enough fucking dullards? Dork! Hey, do me a favor, guy on Reddit who said I need to be reined in. Go fuck yourself. And seriously, don't worry about it. If I need to be reined in, if he actually said the first 2 episodes of Tales from the Satellite were too silly. I'm sorry, I tried for a fucking joke or two, or maybe a character, or maybe it's just me, you fuckhead. And by the way, that's a show that we're doing for Patreon. Then we release it a month and a half later on YouTube out of the kindness of our own hearts. Maybe this motherfucker on Reddit has ruined it for all the fucking YouTube people. I don't know. But if I don't see people on Reddit crushing this motherfucker, I'm rescinding your goddamn Tales from the Satellite YouTube fucking credentials. And it'll only exist on Patreon.
Okay, it's fine with me.
Right?
Yeah.
That seems fair. Because I'm not going to put the show on YouTube and get, he needs to be reined in. He's too energetic and the first 2 episodes were too silly. What's this guy's name on Reddit?
Oh, no, I'm not doing that. Let's not. They could go...
You showed it to me before this fucking show. Now all this is your fault. It is your fault.
Why are you blaming me?
Because it's your fault. You've known me for fucking 15 years that right before we go on the air, you never bring me something negative. You've known me forever.
It's on our...
We've done 4 shows. Can you believe this, folks? We've done 4 shows together. Opie and Anthony... Special Delivery starring Sam and Dave's where he's the producer. Eastside Dave Show, he's the original producer. And now this show, co-host. What's his name?
So it's on the r/Ron and Fez subreddit.
Get into the microphone.
Okay,
We're not.
okay.
Hey,
I
you
know.
gotta help me out today and speak into the microphone.
I will speak into the microphone. And the guy's name, I am AWJ.
I am an asshole is what his fucking name should be. I am a fucking asshole. Hey, you know what? Don't even read the rest. I am WJ. Seriously. Tune out. You're not part of the East Side Davy Mac Empire anymore. You're not a part of the East Side Broadcasting Empire. You don't need to be. I'm sorry that I come in with a lot of energy and passion for shit that I do. And I'm sorry that people have gotten too used to these fucking boring ass YouTubers and monotone TikTokers and fake Instagrammers. And I'm sorry that people confuse legitimate passion for he needs to be reined in. No, you know what needs to be reined in? This. Fuck you. Fuck you, I am WJ. Or whatever the fuck it is. Fuck you.
Do you know?
And someone go on Reddit and fucking slam this guy's ass.
Do you know what I think it might be?
God damn. What?
They want to see you as the clown that gets clowned.
What?
Yeah, meaning like they want to see someone like Ron or someone kind of like almost
I've been the man for far too long, you stupid schmuck. I legitimately have hosted my own shows for 15 years now. I'm not the guy who was 26 breaking into radio doing stunts. You fuckhead. You stupid, narrow-minded dork. Just because you're stuck in a time capsule. Just because you're an antiquated loser. Just because obviously your life hasn't moved on. You haven't evolved. You haven't gotten better. You haven't become the man in your field. I have. At 95.9 The Wrath for the last 10 years, the biggest station in New Jersey, the biggest rock station, the biggest station, I'm number one. Davey Mac Sports Program is the number one independent sports show of all time. Yaddle Chattle has done fantastically. The wrestling show I do with my son, got nationally syndicated. There's not one measurement. We've won Best in Show by the iTunes editorial team. We were put on Best of Lists on Spotify in the AV Club. There's not one metric where you can't say I haven't been an unqualified, ridiculous success. As me, as the fucking guy who is the content king. No one brings more content with more heart than me. No one. At a fucking volume the way I do, who cares legitimately about each and every project. So you know what, fuckhead? If I am too much, I need to be reined in, or the first 2 episodes are too silly, go fuck yourself. Seriously, go fuck yourself. You're not a part of this world. And send people on Reddit, bash motherfuckers like this. For real. Tell them to go on YouTube and listen to 2006 Ron and Fez episodes. That's the Eastside Dave that you want. You want the same guy from 2006 where I was playing you. I graduated magna cum laude from Monmouth University, 3.5 GPA. I was never stupid. I played a dumb guy. I did all kinds of things. I said bullshit. You want that stupid guy? That was a character, of all things. Of all things, that was the closest to not being a real person. And that's who you want.
And you should probably tune in to Tales from the Satellite for the next couple episodes or join Patreon.
Oh, by the way, wrong time not to like it because we are starting our Midnight Rider opus. And we'll get into Star Wars talk. Yeah. But you fucked it up at the beginning. Should we just start over? Should we start Yaddle Chattle over?
Because I got an email from Tom Cody about last week's show. And Tom's a longtime friend and fan of the show. And he has a big correction for you, David.
Okay.
So
let's keep it going. And don't worry, I'm not going to be yelling at Tom. No. We love Tom Cody.
We love Tom Cody.
I am sweating profusely now.
Go get a water while I read you this email. How about that?
I have a water, but I need a paper towel.
Okay. You have paper towels? Because the last time I was here, you didn't have paper towels.
I do. Okay.
All right. I'm going to grab you a paper towel.
Well, that's very considerate. I wasn't going to ask for you to do that. I was going to do it myself. I'm not, I don't ask you to be, I'm not JRW1 or whatever his fucking name is, that I need you to be the same person you were 10 years ago as the producer of Special Delivery. That would be a Jared move that I would have had you as a producer. I recognize that in 10 years, you've grown, you've evolved, you've become, your personality has many more facets to it. Thus, you are the co-host of Yaddle Chattle, not just my little minion. But that's because I understand that on the planet Earth, it's a good thing for human beings and artists to grow. Not to be the same person.
This is the
so I'm
nicest thing
sorry.
you've ever said to me. So thank you, Mr. Champion.
I wish it wasn't nice. I wanted you in the crosshairs too today. So now I regret even this segment since I said something nice about you.
Okay.
When I wanted to be yelling at you as well. I wanted to be yelling at you.
You were yelling at me, but we weren't recording.
Because he's known me for so long.
Well, you're already in a bad mood.
I said I've always had this main philosophy. It's a Derek Jeter thing. He says all people do is talk shit in the New York newspapers, on the New York sports stations, and this and that. So he told his family, they're always going to talk shit. So don't bring me any shit. It does not help me in any way, shape, or form. You bringing up shit of, Mike Francesa said this, or Mike Lupica wrote that in the Daily News, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't help me.
Yeah, but
he said it doesn't do anything for me because I already care deeply about what I do. I said I am the exact same person, only on a radio level. It's the truth.
I know.
You can't deny that. I care deeply about what I do. So I don't need to fucking hear some fucking loser crybaby's feedback because the guy clearly wants 2006 Eastside Dave, who is a different human being, dork. I guess I've evolved in 17 years, but I guess you're just stuck in carbonite, huh? Speaking of Star Wars now, we're 11 minutes in. Let's go.
So we filled up about 12 minutes of content. Awesome. Okay.
That was not the design.
I know.
And I apologize, Yaddle Chattle fans. But
they like seeing you angry and yelling. Okay. You're the Sith Lord, right?
Fine. I'm the Sith. I don't even think we introduced ourselves. I'm Darth David, the guy yelling and pissed off. I'm the Sith of the show. I bring this. I'm sorry. I'll tune it down for JRW1 on Reddit. Ready?
So it's 7.
It's Yaddle Chattle.
7.
It's Yaddle Chattle. I'm Reined In Dave.
No, that's a 5.
This is Reined In Dave, and today on Yaddle Chattle, Kevin Feige, Star Wars projects, dead or alive, Bob Iger, George Lucas talks 2001 Space Odyssey again, Timothy Zahn, and Anthony Daniels, C-3PO. All of these topics tonight on Yaddle Chattle, a Reined-In Eastside Dave podcast.
Aren't there enough YouTube people who can't fucking talk? Who either needs... How many TikTok videos do you watch where the person has an edit after every single sentence? Why is that a thing on TikTok?
I'm not on TikTok, but I've seen what you're talking about, where it's like...
Because they can't string together more than 2 fucking sentences, because none of them have a brain, and no one has the talent to fucking talk with what's on the top of their heads. No one has the ability to fucking improv like this.
I think it has more to do with attention span, but that's just me.
Let's go.
The champion.
Let's get into Yaddle Chattle now. We had our little thing.
I told Tom.
And by the way, it's Jared's. That was Jared's fault. Don't blame me.
The championship team on which the Hoosiers' true story is based on is actually Milan High School Indians, who won in 1954.
Right.
Coach Marvin Wood was only 26 when Milan won the title. Bobby Knight was born October 25th, 1940, and was 14 when the team that Hoosiers was based on won their championship. Hoosiers has nothing to do with Bobby Knight.
No. Yes, I know about the historical... Okay, finish the email.
So as a result, Mr. Champion said...
Tom, go ahead.
Falsifying information. Mr. Champion, you are deducted minus 100,000
Tom, you're playing with fire on all days, Tom.
If you yell or protest, another 100,000 shall be deducted.
No, Tom.
Jedi Jared plus 300,000 points. Please make sure Joe Dallas is aware of said points. Also, and since the LA Knights lost and there was no Eastside Dave and Son Wrestling podcast, or LA Knight lost, I guess he's a wrestler. Another 100,000 minus 100,000 points for Mr. Champion, and he took 50,000 points away from Sith Stanley.
What the? You took 50,000 points away from Sith Stanley? This is what I got from IMDb.com. which said, yes, obviously Tom Cody is correct. It was based on the 1950s thing. But the movie came out in 86. Bobby Knight had already established himself as a superstar coach. By 86, he had won 2 national championships and coached the Olympic team. He was a national figure for the throwing of the chairs and things like that. He was already a big deal. So I know that exactly what it is you're talking about, that it's based on a true story. But the dramatization, it's not, the fucking Dennis Hopper character didn't exist. Okay? They were based on fucking, the characters were fictitious. They added fucking plot points and characters to a true story. The only thing that's true is that the high school won the national championship. A lot of what Hoosiers has done was a movie. And the writer said he was inspired by Bobby Knight.
Okay.
The writer of Hoosiers said he based Gene Hackman's persona of even fucking the way he taught basketball. The guys who did the 4 corners and shit like this. Kind of a Dean Smith thing, but Bobby Knight embraced that shit. Passing the ball 4 times, and the discipline thing. That was all Bobby Knight. I'm telling you, Tom, I researched this.
Okay, let's talk about Star Wars.
You slide to the right.
I am sliding to the right.
No, your mouth, the words are here. Those words need to go there.
Right there?
Yes.
Okay.
See the microphone?
Yeah.
So that's where your head has to be tilted. So why don't you slide to the right? There.
Is that better?
There. Okay. Now, okay.
Is that okay?
Kevin Feige, Star Wars is dead. He admitted it. He said it officially. Yep. No Star Wars for me. I'm done. Goodbye. They just asked him on the red carpet during the Marvel's premiere.
12.
Are you still doing the Star Wars? And he just straight up said, no, it is dead. Is this good thing, bad thing?
Well,
is this about Kevin Feige and Marvel?
It's funny because I went on this morning to Rotten Tomatoes, and the Marvels had a certified rotten rating of like 58% with the critics, right? And usually the critics for a movie like this will go like head over heels and will artificially inflate it like they did with the first Captain Marvel. Because that's a very mediocre film, and it made $1 billion.
Yeah, $1 billion.
It made, yeah. I always thought that Captain Marvel was probably one of the worst Marvel's movies made, but there seems to be some kind of propaganda war going on because everyone else, despite and on Metric it got like a 0.51 rating.
Yeah.
But IGN's giving a glowing review, and a lot of these other websites are giving glowing reviews, so it's a little bit
you're questioning
I'm calling shenanigans.
You're questioning the sincerity of some of these reviews, if they are legit, or is it because let's just talk about the gorilla in the room. It's an all-female cast, pretty much.
I don't think that's necessarily the issue. I think that Captain Marvel, as far as a cinematic character, has been incredibly boring. I don't think there's anything remotely interesting about the character. I think that Marvel has oversaturated themselves with all the shows and movies, which is what I kind of like about Star Wars, is that the fact that we haven't had the movies, but we've had the television shows. So it's been, you're looking forward to the next Star Wars
Okay,
thing.
but what does this mean for Star Wars and Kevin Feige? Are you happy that Kevin Feige...
I think Bob said, no Star Wars. You need to focus on fixing this fucking dumpster fire to our number one moneymaker right now.
Maybe.
Like, you need to fix what's... like, he fired all the people, the writers on that Daredevil show, because apparently, like, they were going for a courtroom drama. And I thought the Daredevil show was the best Marvel show.
It was a great show.
The Netflix show was incredible. It was awesome.
The Netflix Daredevil, yes.
And it's like... They're gonna turn into a courtroom drama. It's like, no, you want to see Charlie Cox beat the shit out of people.
It's bizarre that they keep making the same mistakes over and over again. They keep changing the essence of characters who have existed in the pop culture pantheon for decades. And they take these characters and change their essence immediately. Or they take the franchise and change the essence of the franchise immediately. Or the essence of the plot. Or the movie. They keep changing shit. And then when people talk about it, everyone wants to hit us. Or anyone who's critical. Oh, shut up, David Jared. You guys are assholes. Especially Jared.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you have a point there.
I know that. But, it's, and this is furthermore, you know how I track what we get average every week or so on YouTube, right? It's kind of like a metric to kind of see. On average, every Yaddle Chattle gets about 150 views within a week.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we're not, I always say, we're not a YouTube. I put stuff on YouTube as an archive, but these are supposed to be audio podcasts.
I get that.
Whatever.
However, this last episode, which I thought was a really good episode, despite us not having Star Wars content to talk about, there was a previous episode that we were reviewing type of thing.
Yes, sir.
It only got 108 views, and I think it has something to do with us talking about South Park and talking about Kathleen. Yeah.
So we have to start this. So we have to start this show. So we have to start this episode over and fucking cut out the goddamn fucking rant I had at the beginning.
No, because that had nothing to do with Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It's not about the other content that we were talking about last week. It was the fact that we brought up
Kathleen
criticizing.
Your conspiracy theory is that.
Oh no!
Criticizing Kathleen Kennedy.
I've read it on other webs, on the web, that she is going to YouTube and Google and being like, "You guys need to rein in my criticism," and shadow ban people. Oh yeah.
Can you imagine if someone said that to me? If I was running Google and YouTube, you know what I would tell Kathleen Kennedy? Go fuck off. Well, Google and YouTube, we don't need you. So, I'm going to need you guys to rein it in? No. I'm going to need you to shut the fuck up and get out of our business. She sounds like the same guy on that Reddit, but I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to keep it Star Wars specific.
So, that's been the thing that I've been reading online is that she's been, and this is the other thing too, is that a lot of companies will pay people to write good reviews and fluff up their product. Marvel
is Feige done?
No,
Feige gonna survive at Marvel?
Maybe.
Well, if it's
he's had more successes with Marvel than Kathleen Kennedy has being the head of Lucasfilm.
I guess you're right.
He's had a bad year. That's what I would say. He's had a bad year. So they
bad 2 years, 3 years. Honestly, since Endgames was 2019, right?
Yeah, but WandaVision was great. The Falcon Winter Soldier was great. The first season of Loki was great.
I love Loki.
When they started their the Disney Plus shows,
well, that's the thing.
They came out right out of the gate. Boom, boom, boom. 3 great television shows.
All right.
I think the problem is oversaturation.
But I want to talk about Kevin Feige and Star Wars. Okay.
Focus.
But
that was my point.
Focus
is that Bob said no Star Wars.
Would you want Kevin Feige in Star Wars? No. Why not?
Because I want him to fix Marvel and...
No, just forget about Marvel!
What?
Just focus for me!
On Star Wars?
Kevin Feige, the producer and creative, would you want him a part of Star Wars? Forget about Marvel.
No.
Let's just say an imaginary fucking universe. He doesn't have to worry about Marvel. He gets cloned or something.
No. Because we've got Dave.
To the right.
We've got Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau.
Okay.
We don't need any other cooks in the kitchen.
All right, fair enough. This brings me to my next point. Guillermo del Toro, Jabba the Hutt movie, Patty Jenkins, Rogue One Squadron, Rian Johnson trilogy, the Benioff and Weiss, the Game of Thrones guys, their movie, the Josh Trank, the Lego guys, and then still up in the air, Taika Waititi, and so much more. All of these are projects that have come and gone. They made announcements. They said, oh, we got a big project for this guy.
if I remember, so I'll dissect each one of these.
Well, we don't have to go through each one.
But the Lego guys were the original directors of Solo.
Yes.
And then what's her face? Kathleen fired them because the rumor was it was too much of a comedy.
Comedic, right? It was like a Jim Carrey movie, is what they said.
Josh Trank was supposed to direct either Roast.
He had an idea for Boba Fett.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a Boba Fett movie.
And then let's throw in Trevorrow for episode 9.
Well,
Colin Trevorrow of Jurassic World was supposed to be episode 9.
And he quit because of episode 8 and Carrie Fisher dying, and he's like.
And what about Benioff and Weiss? Because I'm a big Game of Thrones fan and I like House of Dragon. What was that?
They're not a part. I don't think they're a part of House of the Dragon.
They're not?
I don't think so. No.
'Cause I was gonna say, did they leave to do House of Dragon?
No, I don't.
So
think
that's
them.
weird. Wonder what they're even up to.
I think what happened was the series finale of Game of Thrones probably threw a monkey wrench in that. If I had to take a guess,
It wasn't that bad. People gotta relax on that.
You know what I think the problem is?
God.
Is that you see the Guillermo del Toro one was like. We found out about it. It wasn't some big announcement. It was, oh yeah, I had some meetings. I had an idea.
That's true. It was not an announcement. But
the
way he talked about it made it sound like it was greenlit to him. Like personally. Because he was talking about it like, yeah, I'm not too bitter that it happened. And he was like, I mean, we did have all kinds of storyboards. We had a fully fleshed out script. We had casting, we had models and all this type of shit. We had concept art. He was like, we had everything.
Hey, I don't think Guillermo del Toro sleeps. So he probably viewed this as all the time that he invested in the Star Wars project that didn't take off. He could have invested in another project that he is going to actually eventually work on because he's always churning out shit. I mean, not bad quality stuff. I mean, he's always working on something.
Now that I'm feeling better, now that Yaddle Chattle's feeling better, should I leave that rant in at the beginning of the program?
Absolutely.
Now I'm the Darth. I'm the Sith. I'm evil.
Yes.
So I'll leave it in. It's got nothing on my conscience. I love it. But I'm asking the Jedi.
Yes, I leave it in.
And why?
Why?
Because
Because, it's
real.
It's
we
real.
never edit here.
We're not going to start now.
We're a record live to tape type of deal.
We've been doing this for a year and a half. We're not going to start now.
Even though I'm a Sith, I get little feelings of guilt because I'm the first ever Irish Catholic Sith. And if you're Irish Catholic, you have to walk around guilty all the time.
That's right. He was
Irish Catholics and your people.
Oh,
we walk around constantly guilty and
Yeah.
sorry for the things that our ancestors and ourselves have done. So should I?
No, you shouldn't.
So I should keep it in.
Yes.
I'm keeping it in. Jedi Jared said keep it in. Why did you like it?
Yeah, it filled time.
It what?
It filled time.
It filled time. But
No, but you see,
content-wise-
I like the idea of our show evolving.
Okay.
So if there are elements of real life, when I bring you food, that's
I love that. You didn't bring any fucking food today, you
I didn't
fucking
have any,
son of a bitch.
I don't have any leftovers. I'm sorry.
Damn you. I had your Tupperware in the soap.
You both of them?
No.
Okay.
I didn't finish your second dish
How was the
yet.
chili?
It's good.
I know.
I like the chicken chili.
Oh no, it's just beef chili.
Oh, I'm sorry. The beef chili I haven't eaten. The chicken thing was fantastic.
Chicken salsa. Very easy
Chicken
to make.
salsa.
Very easy to make.
Well, you know why I wasn't eating it? When you told me it was chicken salsa, I was like, I can't believe Jared gave me fucking salsa and chips. He thinks I'm gonna eat this for dinner? I didn't know you had fucking chicken in it.
It's chicken salsa.
Well, I know. I don't know.
What
I
do
was
you-
thinking
chicken salsa.
I mean,
I brought it to you before.
I guess maybe I was thinking you used chicken broth or something
No.
for the.
You-
I didn't know there was actual fucking huge pieces of chicken in the salsa. Once I found that out, I go, this is such a good dish.
It's so
and I'm going
easy.
to tell you one thing right now, motherfucker. That's a top 3 Jared dish. Top 3.
You've had my ribs. My ribs are my number one.
Ribs are number 1, and there was something else you liked. I'd put chicken salsa over the bratwurst, though I do like the bratwurst.
I mean, it's just grilling.
But there was something. Did you make me a meatloaf one time?
Yeah, my
that was
meatloaf.
it.
My meatloaf.
That was good. That was tasty, baby.
My meatloaf.
Next time you make me a meatloaf, though, some mashed potatoes, please.
Mashed potatoes.
I need sides.
Too time consuming.
I'm sorry.
It is.
Is this too? I should be reined in. You should rein me in. You should rein in. We're getting too tangential.
Hold on.
We're too silly on this show.
Okay, I got it.
We're too silly. Can you imagine someone having criticism? That no, fuck you. Can you? I don't know what you're gonna do.
What?
I know what you were gonna do. But can you imagine now that we're having fun and we got the rain out of, and that's what I do need is to rant. That's the authentic side of me. Is once I get that out of my system, I'm actually a very pleasant, happy person. And now I'm happy.
Maybe you should do a rant on Patreon and just put on the $5 tier.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Because people that subscribe to you want to hear you yell. They want to hear you get angry.
Can you imagine ever having a criticism of something is too silly? Or like there was too much silliness?
No. I've gotten...
I mean, unless it's like a funeral. Like, if your fucking grandma died, and then it's like, oh, that was... I mean, yeah, that's one where you don't want a silly fucking... You know, you probably don't want silliness at funerals or maybe hospital, rooms where, someone's getting a brain surgery.
At your funeral, we're going to be very silly. We're going to get super silly. It's going to be like an Irish...
That's fine. I am going to be so happy to be in that fucking coffin, not having to listen to any of you people anymore.
It's going to be like...
I'm going to be relieved. I mean, this is going to be the greatest nap of my life. Actually, it will be my death. But I'll be so happy.
So when you finally go...
Oh, I'll be so... just not having to produce content anymore. And here's the weird thing. I'll be honest. I do it to myself. I love all of these shows. I put my fucking heart and soul into every single thing I ever do and I've ever done. But then when one guy's like, rein it in, it's like, what the fuck do you want from me, cunt boy? I'm giving you fucking
I'll tell you
hours
exactly
and
what
hours.
they want.
I've given you thousands of hours of my soul. Of my soul. I've given you so much of my soul. Maybe don't be so glib as rein it in. That's me. If you don't like it, honestly, I'm not the right guy for you.
Okay. So in the next 5
Yes, let's do Star Wars.
In the next 5 years, when you really lose it, you finally snap, and you either go falling down or they commit you.
Yeah, it's gonna be a falling down.
Can I get the Ron and Fez sign?
The play. I showed that to Yaddle last week, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you can play like a champion today.
Yes.
That's interesting though. Yes. All the things you requested, you didn't request the Yoda painting.
I'll take that too.
Have you ever looked closely at that Yoda?
Yeah, it's like all stills from Star Wars.
It's all stills from Star Wars movies that make up Yoda. Hey, let's get into this.
Oh, I actually have something.
Yes.
Oh,
well, in the same vein.
well, you talk about that. I'll bring up the other one.
Disney, Kathleen Kennedy. That's why I'd like to go into this next topic. It fits.
Okay.
Bob Iger says he will not chase bucks by licensing its core brands, Disney's core brands, to Netflix. However, says Disney is in talks with Netflix over other titles. So basically, it sounds like you will see Disney movie on Netflix, but not Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar. No Star Wars, no Marvel, no Pixar on Netflix.
Oh, come on.
So really, the thing is, well then, big whoop. I mean, I guess what, for old classic Disney movies he's talking about, you can go there, or for Lion King.
I think they're gonna put like the cat from outer space.
Yeah, I mean, so they're just gonna put the Disney shit at this point.
Yeah.
I guess no. I guess the late '80s, early '90s animation period where they were on fire with Beauty and the Beast.
They're gonna only keep
Lion
that,
King.
Well, they're gonna keep that on Disney Plus.
No. He said we're not giving them Pixar, Star Wars, and Marvel, but everything else could go. So that to me says, If Netflix isn't going to get the fucking Lion King and Beauty and the Beast, what's the point of this whole deal?
What I don't understand is why don't they just bring back the Marvel shows on Netflix? They were all like, with the exception of Iron Fist, they were all good. I liked Luke Cage. I liked The Punisher. I thought Jessica Jones was okay, but it did it was a.
You mean let Netflix produce them?
Yeah,
it's not a bad idea because then they don't have to spend the money, and Netflix can. And by the way, did you know that Netflix has broke ground and has started to build?
Yeah, they're going to
right
build,
by us, Fort Monmouth, a huge compound where it's going to be. A full-on movie studio. I looked into it. It's like 16 fucking huge sound stages, 10 which will be like gigantic, 6 will be smaller for shows. And then they're talking about
Is it cake? I love that shit.
In a couple of years after that, actually opening up for maybe a place where more people can get jobs, a restaurant, maybe even build a little village and a place where people can go to.
Like Universal City Walk?
Yeah. We could be living there. You can buy like a Universal Studios at literally 15 minutes from here. Fort Monmouth. That's all Fort Monmouth is, folks. It used to be an army base.
Have you ever done the City Walk out there in California?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yes.
With the restaurants and the stores and all that. Yeah.
So I really hope that happens. That'll be fucking great.
Well, they're definitely building that studio.
I want to get a job.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not giving away. Yes, I'm willing to get another fucking job to my already growing list of fucking jobs and content. But I mean, like, even if I could just get like the guy who opened the gate up, my strategy would be as long as I get a pass,
like the Warner Brothers,
then I can sneak behind and start pitching all these fucking ideas. And if they're like, okay, Mr. McDonald, the gate guy. These are all great ideas, but these are all Star Wars and we're Netflix. We don't have access. I'll be like, just do the fucking thing with that you did with Zack Snyder. Just change all the fucking names. But I have a zillion ideas, Netflix. I'll give you so many fucking shows. I got a great idea for a fucking murder mystery that's based on my life.
Oh my God.
It's going to be a reverse Rear Window. Oh. Don't say this to anyone. You ever see Rear Window by Alfred Hitchcock?
Yeah.
I'm doing a reversal. I'm not going to tell you what that means, but it's the great idea. Netflix,
so someone standing outside looks inside someone's apartment and sees a murder happen?
Yeah. Oh, okay. You guessed it. That was the reversal. But it's like a courtyard. Like right out there, look. See outside? So if you're right outside there, and outside this window in my apartment complex, the courtyard has access to the whole. It's like a square.
Yeah, it's a
right.
You live in a garden apartment.
So the person's outside walking their dog, maybe with their girlfriend or something. I don't know. I haven't thought about it. And yes, they hear some noises and shit, and so it's a reverse. And the person has to find out who the murderer is.
Oh, that's not a bad
idea. And we do it, and it's in real time.
Oh,
it's all taking place that night.
Like that 88 minutes?
Like that. So I got Hitchcock, I got real time, I got a fucking murder mystery. Netflix! Davey Mack. And you know why, Netflix, I'm offering you my services? I've offered my services to Bob Iger. Fuck, how many times have we offered our services on Yaddle Chattle?
Well, we're on...
I haven't gotten a call, Bob!
So 77 times?
Well, I haven't gotten a phone call, Bob. How many good ideas have I given you, Bob? A lot. And you haven't given me a fucking phone call. So guess what? Just like LeBron James, Davey Mack is taking his talents to Netflix.
Okay. So I think it'll be like movies like Honey, I Shrunk the Kid and The Mighty Ducks. It's not like...
Definitely, I agree with that.
It's not going to be something you're going to...
You mean the Bob Iger Disney movies to Netflix?
Well, yeah. So that would be... like those movies, the live action films that kind of came out in
If you're Netflix, why would you ever want this in a million years? You got to make some kind of deal.
Well, I mean...
that like, hey, give us one Star Wars show, dude. You know?
The incentive, the whole incentive to join Disney Plus was for Star Wars.
No, I agree. I agree with you. But can't they get something?
I'm telling you.
A crumb.
It's going to be those like late 80s, early 90s live action films.
At some point, they fucked us all over, and now they're having to combine apps, Hulu with fucking Disney and this and that.
Well, no, because what happened was Disney bought out 100% now of Hulu.
Well, this is my point. Just make one fucking app. One app.
I think that's what they're moving to
Everything.
eventually.
I want Amazon, Disney,
Yeah.
Paramount Plus, Peacock,
They have
Hulu,
that, David.
Netflix,
They have
and
that.
HBO Max.
It's called cable. You see, this is what I actually think is going to happen, is you have to pay for so many services, it's only going to incentivize people to go back to cable.
Yeah, it's going to happen very, very soon.
Because if they stop the password sharing and the account sharing with a lot of the other services...
Not to get political, but everything costs too much. And there's not one goddamn politician who's willing to help us.
Oh, we should also... We need to bring up... I didn't see it here, but the actor strike is over.
Correct.
So now that everyone's going... I heard maybe the... was it...
Acolyte?
Not the Acolyte. It was the other...
Skeleton Crew?
No, the union that does all the actual people that work in the film industry.
Okay. AFSCA?
Yeah, they might go on strike next. I have some friends that work in that, or belong to that union, and so someone that works in Astra was excited that the actor strike was over because that means he got to go to work. And then I had another friend who was like, Astra round 3.
Well, okay, that's a good thing. That means that we're gonna get some movies and TV shows produced. Hopefully
it won't be shit because now they're like, we're gonna scramble.
Yeah, hopefully they're not gonna rush these things. Everyone still blames. And again, I love the show, but everyone still says that Obi-Wan Kenobi had budgetary and production issues based on it being rushed because of the strike. That the strike impacted Obi-Wan Kenobi on a visual level. It was one of the writer strikes. This was another writer strike, dude.
When did they go have another strike?
There was like a writer strike around 2020, 2019, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So they said that it fucked. So that, for whatever reason, I don't know, they said that writer's strike seemed to impact Obi-Wan Kenobi negatively. Let's get into something fun.
I got something fun.
Okay.
Can I bring it up?
Please.
Okay, cool. So this was I saw this on Instagram, and it was from Screen Rant. 10 actors who would successfully play a recast Leia in an Heir to the Empire movie.
Okay, I like this.
All right, so
we're talking
young women.
The Ahsoka time period that we're in right now, basically, is what we're talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have 10. Olivia Cook. So she's from Game of Thrones.
We keep into the microphone at all times, but okay.
She's the Hightower. I think that's Olivia Cook.
Okay, don't know her exactly.
Well,
I'm probably
not
gonna know.
You saw House of the Dragon,
I did indeed.
So the best friend that marries the father, who's the Hightower.
Gotcha.
That's her.
Okay, I can see that.
Alicia Vikander.
Yeah, I'm not going to know any of these people. If you're talking young actresses, unless they've been in, I hate to say it, Marvel and Star Wars,
okay,
I'm not going to know.
Do you know who Jenna Ortega is?
No. Who's that?
Wednesday.
Oh, I love the Tim Burton show.
Yeah.
On Netflix. That was great. I love that. Who is she?
Well, she'd play Leia. Do you think?
Oh, she was no, but who is she on? Is she Wednesday?
She was Wednesday.
Okay. Can I see it? I liked her as an actress. Is my point. I'll give her a try simply because I really enjoyed that show. So at least I know about her.
Now
although too young, maybe. This is 5 years after Jedi. She could almost play a recast Leia.
And Heir to the Empire will probably take 10 years after.
But she would be a recast Leia for episode 4. Not for...
Well, no, this is Heir to the Empire.
I know! I'm saying Jenna Ortega is too young, no?
Possibly.
She looks like she would be more for Princess Leia in episode 4.
No, you're right. No, I got what you're saying.
She's super young.
No, I got it.
And Leia should be like 30 here, right?
Yeah, about there. 30, 35.
Yeah, I don't know.
The next one's strange. Sophie Turner?
From Game of Thrones again? So this person's a big Game of Thrones fan.
Yeah.
Sophie Turner's way too tall. Jesus Christ. So Princess Leia all of a sudden is going to be towering over Luke and Han? Has anyone noticed how much taller Sophie Turner is than the fucking Jonas brother that she's divorcing? She's like 7'4". She's like this Victor Wembanyama of the San Antonio Spurs.
I'm sure she's probably like 5'10".
She's ridiculously tall. Sorry. Beautiful woman, great actress. Love her in Game of Thrones. Love that show. And on her. Okay. Princess Leia can't be fucking Wilt Chamberlain, for Christ's sakes. Next one.
Kieran Shipka. So she played the daughter.
Karen Shipka.
She played the daughter on Mad Men. She was Sabrina.
Never saw it.
Sabrina, the new Sabrina episodes.
No, I'm not gonna watch fucking Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Okay. Maud Apatow.
Maud Apatow.
Judd Apatow's daughter. That's her.
Maud.
She's on, I think, Euphoria on HBO.
Never seen it.
Okay. This person's a big Game of Thrones fan because they're throwing in Millie Alcock, who played the younger version of the princess
Into the microphone.
in House of the Dragon.
Wait, who?
The younger version of the princess in
House
of the Dragon.
Okay, I got you. And speak into the mic, please.
God, yes.
You have tilted your head quite a bit.
Okay.
During this list.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too. Olivia Scott Welch, no idea who she is.
Who?
I have no idea.
Olivia Scott Welch?
I have no idea who she is.
Is she Scottish or Welsh? She's got both things. What is her fucking maiden name? Brit? Is she Olivia Scott Brit Welsh? What is she, a Mick too? What is she, the entire fucking United Kingdom? Olivia Brit Mick Scott Welsh? The fucking UK bitch. Fuck her. Get her off the list. I don't know why I just took
You should have done bad Dennis
Shizer
Miller.
on her.
You should have just done bad Dennis Miller.
I mean, it's like, choose one. It's like, are you Olivia Scott or Olivia Welsh? I mean, it's like if people got Sophocles and Plato confused, choo-choo. I'm bad Dennis Miller impression. Gablah. All right, go ahead.
Florence Puff?
What? Oh, no, Florence Pugh.
Pugh.
She is in the Scarlett Johansson Black Widow.
Yeah, she's the new heir.
And she was on one of the Disney Plus shows that I actually really liked that I'm going to be watching this time of year. Hawkeye. Surprisingly fun show and holiday season themed. And she's good in it. Could she be Leia?
No.
Yes. We have found Leia. Dye her hair brown. We have found her. She's small and she's a Spitfire. Just like Carrie. I'm serious. Small, Spitfire. Looks like she'd roll up her sleeves and punch you in the face if you said something fresh. Absolutely. That's who it is. And while I wasn't opposed to Jenna Ortega, like I said, she just played a fucking teenager. She would be episode 4 Leia. This is years later.
Well, their number one pick.
Florence Pugh.
Their number one pick is Billy Lord. I mean,
for emotional reasons, I would love that. But honestly, I'm giving it to Flo Pugh. I don't know if anyone calls her that.
probably.
But Flo, me and you, we're pals. I'm a Flo Pugh supporter. And sometimes I go like this. She's so good, she stinks. Pew, pew. Get it?
Yes, I get it. Yes. Well, I actually agree with Billy Lord. I think she's a good actress.
Do you know who Florence Pugh is? Did you see the Black Widow movie?
Yeah, she's in Midsommar.
You don't think she would be good?
I don't think she'd be good Leia.
Why? I mean, for the reasons I described, to me, the only thing is the hair. She's blonde. That's what hair dye's for. But kind of similar to the fact that she's small, like Carrie Fisher. You know, she's not some, gigantic fucking basketball player like Sophie Turner. And she's got that spirit that Carrie Fisher had. That's the key. It's that, she's a lady, but she can drink you on the table and punch you in the face if she has to. And that I appreciate.
I don't know.
I think she's the choice.
I don't know.
Flo, I'm with you. Jared's with Billy Lord. And if it was Billy Lord, no issues. That would be beautiful. I got no issues with that. I just personally prefer Flo. Now, George Lucas says, once again, talking about 2001 Space Odyssey.
Well, it's a great film. It's a masterpiece.
Once again, saying it's the greatest science fiction of all time. One thing that I did not... I'm just going to be honest. I'm a stupid idiot for this. I'm sure plenty of Yaddle heads know this. So you know what? All Yaddle heads who are listening and watching this show, give yourselves 5,000 points. That's right. Every single one of you gets 5,000 points for experiencing this excellent Yaddle Chattle episode. But George said, I even did an homage to 2001 in episode 4 when the Millennium Falcon gets sucked into the Death Star. That is an ode to 2001 Space Odyssey when the main ship lands on Space Station 5. It comes down with the thing, the gates open up and it comes down. How did I not put that together? Because now that I fucking see it in my mind.
Pan-galactic.
I mean, but you know what I'm saying? Rhythmically and everything. It feels, oh wow, yeah, very similar. Now the one thing, the one ship was coming down and then Falcon was coming in.
So wait, is it?
I think that's the one he's talking about.
I thought he was talking about when Floyd Haywood goes into the space station before he goes to the moon.
Oh. I'm not sure. Remember, they do that kind of twice. They do they actually do that twice at the beginning. They do it once with the famous thing with the pen floating and the thing. And then they take a break and then they do it again. And when they do it again, remember that huge, that awesome like fucking door that's a circle opens up. I thought that's what he was talking about, and the ship comes down like that.
It might be that. But
that's what he meant.
I thought when he said space station usually infers it's in space as opposed to a lunar base.
Good point.
But maybe I'm just being a quibbler. But the way I thought was, I could have thought it kind of goes in that way.
Either way, I absolutely see that from George, and I love that George is talking about it, and I love that George is out there shooting the shit these days. Did you see some guy, I'm not going to make light of the story, but some guy shot a couple people.
What?
And in Panama.
Blame George?
They were blocking the road or something. And again, we don't do politics here, but they were blocking the road or protesting. So he was actually American too. And in Panama, and actually a law professor of all things, and he takes out a gun and he shoots the people like a psycho. But here's the thing. He looked almost exactly like modern day George Lucas.
Oh, Jesus.
The beard, the white hair, the white beard, the glasses, everything. So everyone's like, George Lucas just pulled
Falling down.
You actually brought up Falling Down today, but everyone's like, this is George Lucas meets Falling Down. Yeah, you got to see this guy.
I'm going to get you fuckers. I'm going to kill you all.
I mean, I'm sitting here in traffic, in Northern California, for the last 2.5 hours here, and some goddamn hippie is, protesting climate change. And I'm like, hey, you fucking asshole hippie. Don't you realize if you block the roads, now our cars are going to have 2.5 more hours of fucking carbon dioxide emission, you stupid fuckheads? If you weren't blocking the roads, our cars would be in the driveways by now. And we wouldn't be, having all these carbon emissions, dummies. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out, fuck the little snub-nosed pistol like that fake George Lucas in Panama. I got myself an AK.
Fucking George rules.
Now say hello to my little friend. Okay, you fucking hippies? You know who you guys remind me of? It's going to be like shooting, I see about 15 fucking tree-hugging hippies right now, blocking the highway in Northern California, preventing me to get Skywalker Ranch. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take out my AK and it's going to be like shooting 15 John Dykstras. I'm going to put John Dykstra's face mentally on your head.
Do you think that's what it was? Was that Dykstra was kind of a hippie?
Yes, I do.
And George was like,
yes,
I need to make money and be in business.
They had a fucking pool in a hot tub and slides.
That sounded like so much fun.
When George got there, though, back from London, and they had 2 shots. Shooting R2, the shooting R2 and 3PO into space, and the fucking cannon on the Death Star that was 2 seconds long. Yes, I can imagine George Lucas having a near mental breakdown and saying, for the rest of my life, I will never work with John Dykstra. I'm going to get through this movie, and then bye-bye John Dykstra. Come on. That had to be it.
Yeah, I could see
He comes back, everyone's drinking beer, fucking pizza.
They've got
going
slip
down
and slide.
Slide into a fucking baby pool.
It sounds so much fun. They were probably doing so much. They were drinking, doing drugs.
Oh,
they were like an orgy.
They were having a great time.
It sounds like an amazing time.
They were having a blast. All right. Timothy Zahn gave his take. Let's see this. On whether Thrawn's actions align with his portrayal of the character in his recent Thrawn novels. So apparently, I didn't know this, Jared, but it's something we should know about, because Timothy Zahn says he loves Thrawn's depiction in Ahsoka. He supports it. He says they got the character perfectly. But people are pointing out that Thrawn in these later novels now, we're not talking the Heir to the Empire novels of the early 90s, these standalone Thrawn novels that Timothy Zahn has written, is that secretly he cares more about his species than anyone else. And Timothy Zahn says, actually, this aligned with that perfectly, because he says he would need the Empire to come back and return in order to get the Chris to ascend.
Or is it Chiss? Is it Chiss? I guess. There's no R.
Yeah, there's no R. Kiss, Chiss, whatever it is. What do you think about that? First of all, did you think Thrawn was a successful character in Ahsoka?
Oh, absolutely. Thrawn's a great fucking villain. Like, you go back and you watch Rebels, and then you watch this, and he's like very menacing.
You know what I thought?
He's brilliant.
And I have gone back and watched Ahsoka's episodes 5, 6, and 8 numerous times now. I love it. It's like my own little Davy Mac Ahsoka trilogy. I watch it like a movie. I love it. The one thing I would have had him do is kill people, but that's fine. In season 2, he should be killing a couple guys. But here's the thing.
But he never killed it. Like
he was always great with the pistol.
He was great with the pistol.
They said his reflexes,
martial artist.
And because they said that the Kiss or Chris or whatever his species is, does have reflexes faster than humans. So in a draw, he was always doing that. That's all we need is him to get into a fucking draw and just shoot out 8 guys. And then we're like, whoa, we didn't know Thrawn could do that fucking shit. Because other than that, he's kind of Blue Tarkin.
Actually,
So we got to have him kill someone, because otherwise, I mean, we're seeing Blue Tarkin walk around. And again, I'm a Thrawn guy. I'm a Thrawn guy. And thought Thrawn was fantastic. This is for season 2. Got to expand him, though. Have him actually physically kill some motherfuckers. That's in my personal opinion, but I think that'll make the character a lot bigger.
I'll disagree with you and say that I like the fact that he doesn't kill, and that the action sequences haven't been a lot with him, because he's very much in the same vein as Hannibal Lecter. Like,
well, what do you think about my Tarkin comparison? Is there much of a difference between him and Tarkin? One's blue, one's not.
Absolutely. I think
so? What?
I think Thrawn is more menacing. He's brilliant. Tarkin seems like he kissed all the right ass.
I don't know about that.
He's very smart, but like, he's not menacing. He's not intimidating.
Was it menacing to Leia?
No. She stood up to him and was like,
she's gonna step up to anybody. She's got balls. That's why I said Flo Pugh. Because Flo Pugh's got that kind of gutsiness.
I think someone like Thrawn would actually intimidate her, and like he doesn't get like angry.
Because he's blue.
He's blue. He's got the eyes. No, but he keeps calm.
All right, fair enough.
And he tells you exactly how he's gonna fuck your shit up.
All right, fair enough. Anthony Daniels selling a bunch of C-3PO items, including the original helmet, expected to get £1 million at a British auction. Should we be worried about Mr. Anthony Daniels?
He's 77.
Does he need money? Should we set up a GoFundMe? Should we be contributing some of this Patreon money?
Let him. I don't know if he's donating for charity or he's going to keep some of the proceeds.
Should Yaddle Chattle then put a bid in for his helmet?
No, because we can't afford it.
Well, listen, I didn't say what the bid had to be. Anthony, Jared and I are willing to put in $35 each.
Whoa.
Each.
Whoa, big spender.
For the 3PO helmet.
Whoa, big spender.
And then that'll be right here on in the Yaddle Chattle thing. The Yaddle Chattle set. Because if you do a pop culture show, you have to be surrounded by action figures.
Oh, I thought we're supposed to have that, like the lighting and the gamer chair. And there's always like that weird lighting. And every room is white. It almost
I know you're supposed to, but most YouTubers who review Star Wars, you're supposed to be soft-spoken. I know that's one thing you're supposed to be. So we do a very poor job of that. It's supposed to be like, Timothy Zahn. What do you think about that? I don't know. Not really sure.
I told you one time we should just do an NPR-esque.
No, we're
Yaddle
not
Chattle.
going to fucking
That'd
know.
be
Why?
fun. Because it'd be fun.
Why?
'Cause
To
it's-
alienate our audience? The Yaddle heads would hate us.
No, because it's very much in the Eastside Dave metaverse.
No. That's called jerking off. That's.
Come on. I love Guy Geyerson.
Guy Geyerson is 5 minutes long. That's my point. You wouldn't do a whole episode. That's my point.
I don't know. I could listen to Guy Geyerson for an hour.
Well, yes, Guy Geyerson was brilliant, but you would be listening to a bunch of segments.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
There's a difference. Now listen, my rant is aside. Everything is good now.
I've got to have a show prep meeting now for this Midnight Rider thing. We were supposed to do this a half hour ago.
Okay, listen. All jokes aside, the Patreon is going well, and the Davy Max Tales from Sally has never been better. And I want to thank everyone. And yeah, it is true. I get 99 fantastic glowing compliments, and then the one compliment, really the one comment that I would not have found out about unless Jared told me 30 seconds before the show.
You mean
A
15 minutes?
A strategic move. No. It was 30 seconds before the show. I then ranted off the air 15 minutes. And then we started the show.
Yes.
But
Yes.
That's out of
I
the
gotta
way.
talk in the mic. Sorry.
But that's out of the way. We're very pleased. We're very happy. I decided not to rescind the Tales from Sally on YouTube after a successful Yaddle Chattle episodes. But they're still going to be put up a month to a month and a half after they're put up on Patreon because we're doing special things for our Patreons. Plus, we just announced a brand new show, spin-off, Davy Max Tales of the Q&A. This is for the $5 tier. Okay?
And you
$5 tier is you email DavyMaxShows@gmail.com. That's DavyMaxShows@gmail.com, and I will read your question. Time permitting. I can't read every single question, and then some of the questions may lead to full-on episodes. If someone's like, hey, you should cover this, it's like, I'll talk about it, and then I'll give it to Robert and Jared and Ron Fez-Archivist and say, hey, you know what? This would be a good idea for an episode. So this is going to be a fun show. That's for the $5 tier. But if you want to sign up and get all the good stuff, Tales from the Satellite, a month to a month and a half in advance,
Producer credit.
sign up. It's for $2.50
More.
a month. That's it.
Or $5.
No, I'm trying to Can I plug my shit? Because I'm the radio professional who knows what he's doing.
That's fine. I'll go pee.
No, you can't leave.
Oh.
There's a minute left.
Okay.
I established the $5 plug.
Okay.
Now I'm talking about the $2.50 plug.
Oh, okay. Got it.
If you want all the basic stuff, it's just $2.50. That's it.
That's it.
You can sign up. You get the Tales from Satellite a month and a half advance exclusive shows like Driving with the Boys. We've done 5 episodes, me in a car with Bobo and Big A. They're hysterical. Sunday mornings and Saturday mornings with David, a minute and a half to a 2-minute news show that I do for you exclusive. You won't find these anywhere else. I'm not posting Driving with the Boys. I'm not posting it anywhere else. All right? So go check that out. Patreon.com/EastsideDave. Hey, listen. We got to get out of here. Jedi Jared, final thoughts, buddy.
Hopefully the next Star Wars content will be good.
What do you mean, the next show?
Yeah, next show.
Next Star Wars show?
Yeah, what
well,
is it?
that Skeleton Crew, baby.
Hopefully it's good.
What a final thought. He's Jedi Jared. I'm Darth David. Yellheads, we love you. Thank you. Good night. Bye.
Good night.